Good afternoon. This is All India Radio and I'm V. Ravi Kumar with the Midday News. The headlines. Meeting of special representatives for India and China to discuss boundary issue underway in New Delhi. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath appeals to people to maintain peace and law and order. Mobile internet services resumed in Meghalaya after 8 days. Government to organize 100 Hunar Haats in next 5 years to provide market exposure and employment to artisans and craftsmen. And parts of North India continue to be in the grip of cold wave. A meeting of special representatives for settlement of the India-China boundary question is underway in New Delhi. This is the 22nd meeting between the two countries on the issue. The Indian delegation is being led by National Security Advisor Ajit Dobhal, while Foreign Minister of China Wang Yi is leading the Chinese side. Our correspondent reports that this is the first meeting of the special representatives between the two countries since the second informal summit between Prime Minister Modi and President Xi Jinping in Chennai in October this year. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has appealed to people to maintain peace and law and order across the state. He urged people not to fall for rumors and get misled on the new citizenship law. The Chief Minister has said that culprits will be identified and strict action will be taken against them. The police administration is keeping a strict vigil on the situation and forces are patrolling at sensitive places. Mobile internet services have been suspended in more than 20 cities. Police is identifying miscreants who indulged in violence during the past 2 days from CCTV cameras and videography shots. FIRs are being filed in various districts against the persons who were involved in violence. Uttar Pradesh DGP O.P. Singh has said investigations are going on. He said no innocent will be charged and culprits will not be spared at any cost.
प्रदेश के सभी भागों में हमने पुलिस पेट्रोलिंग इंटेंसिफाई कर रखा है। हम शहर के जितने भी गणमान्य व्यक्ति हैं उनसे व्यक्तिगत रूप से या सामूहिक रूप से उनके टच में हैं, उनको संपर्क कर रहे हैं, उनसे निरंतर अपील कर रहे हैं कि शांति व्यवस्था बनाए रखने में वो हमारी मदद करें।
The state government has declared a holiday in schools, colleges and universities today. The teachers' eligibility test TET examination that was scheduled to be held tomorrow has been postponed. The new date will be declared later. In Bihar, Bandh called by Rashtriya Janata Dal RJD against the Citizenship Amendment Act and the NRC has evoked a mixed response in several parts of the state. Rail and vehicular traffic has been affected at several places. Bandh supporters stopped trains at Darbhanga, Jahanabad, Bihar Sharif, Pawapuri and Bhabua railway stations. Protesters also blocked highways at several places in Vaishali, Shivhar, East Champaran, Araria, Bhojpur, Lakhisarai and Katihar districts. Market, shops and schools are closed as precautionary measures in some parts of the state. Large number of police and security personnel have been deployed to tackle any untoward incident. Prohibitory orders have been imposed at several places to restrain gathering of protesters. Delhi police has filed an FIR and arrested 15 people in connection with yesterday's violent protest in Old Delhi area. According to Delhi police, they have been charged with rioting and using force to deter policemen from doing their duties. Initially, 10 people were held, but 5 more were arrested later. The protesters had set ablaze a private car parked in Daryaganj area. Some police personnel, including some senior officers, were also injured in stone pelting by the protesters. Normal service has resumed at all stations of Delhi Metro this morning. Entry and exit gates at all stations are open. Yesterday, at least 18 metro stations were closed due to security reasons and protest against Citizenship Amendment Act in the national capital. Mobile internet services have resumed in Meghalaya 8 days after they were snapped in wake of violent protests over the amendment of the Citizenship Act. The ban on mobile internet and mass messaging services was lifted at around 7 p.m. yesterday due to improvement in law and order situation. A senior official said Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma reviewed the law and order situation in the state with senior Home Department officials and issued instructions for restoring mobile internet and messaging services in the state. Minister for Shipping Mansukh Mandaviya yesterday handed over the citizenship certificates issued by the Government of India to 7 Pakistani refugees in Kutch, Gujarat. He met the Pakistani refugees who have taken shelter in Gujarat's Morbi and Kutch districts. Speaking on the occasion, Mr. Mandaviya said that the Citizenship Amendment Act will provide a new opportunity in the life of the minorities who face religious persecution in Pakistan, Bangladesh and Afghanistan. He said it is Modi government's efforts to offer them a dignified life in India after they faced extreme harassment for so many years in those countries. The government has decided to organize 100 Hunar Haats across the country in the next 5 years. These Haats, aim to provide market exposure and employment opportunities to artisans, craftsmen and traditional culinary experts. Ministry of Minority Affairs said in the coming days, Hunar Haats will be organized in New Delhi, Bengaluru, Chennai, Kolkata, Lucknow, Dehradun, Patna, Indore and other places. The ministry has also sanctioned 100 Hunar hubs in different parts of the country wherein training is being provided to master artisans, craftsmen and traditional culinary experts. According to the ministry, more than 265,000 artisans and craftsmen have been provided employment through Hunar Haats in the last 2 years. The first Hunar Haat was organized in Jaipur in August-September this year. More than 200 master artisans and culinary experts, including a large number of women artisans from every corner of the country, participated in this Hunar Haat. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates, use our News on AIR app and follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts. You can also visit our website www.newsonair.com. A combined graduation parade with full military splendor was held at Air Force Academy Dundigal near Hyderabad today to mark the successful completion of pre-commissioning training of flight cadets of various branches of Indian Air Force. The Chief of Air Staff, Air Chief Marshal R.K.S. Bhadoria, was the chief guest and reviewed the passing out parade. During the function, he conferred the President's Commission on 127 graduating trainees, including 23 women graduating trainees of various branches. The ceremony also included the presentation of wings and brevets to the flight cadets. Speaking on the occasion, Air Chief Marshal Bhadoria called upon the cadets to be battle-worthy and accomplish every task with perfection. Air Chief Marshal asked cadets to protect values and ethos of the Indian Air Force. He congratulated the graduated officers and also award winners of the course. The government has undertaken many initiatives to infuse sporting culture and achieve sporting excellence in the country in the last 1 year. Launch of Fit India movement in August this year was a major step in this direction, which aims at making India a healthy and fit nation. The campaign has now become a people's movement with active participation of schools, colleges, institutions and people from all walks of life. Our correspondent takes a look on major achievements in the last 1 year related to the Department of Sports.
Government is providing all the necessary assistance, training and exposure to the sportsperson, including use of playfields and sporting infrastructure without any fee. On the occasion of the 150th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi on 2nd October this year, more than 1,500 Fit India plog runs were organized across the country under the campaign. The Khelo India Youth Games were held in January this year in Maharashtra, wherein a total of 403 events were organized. Under Target Olympic Podium schemes, many sports persons have been identified who are being supported for 2020 Olympic Games and Paralympic Games. With Diwakar, this is Nupur Goswami for AIR News.
The 66th National Film Awards will be presented on Monday at a function in New Delhi. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu will give away the awards. Gujarati movie Hellaro will be awarded the Best Feature Film. Bollywood actors Ayushmann Khurrana and Vicky Kaushal have been selected for the Best Actor Award for their roles in Andhadhun and Udi. A report.
Kirti Suresh will get the Best Actress Award for her portrayal of yesteryear star Savitri in Telugu film Mahanati. Best Director Award will be given to Adityanath for his debut film Uri, The Surgical Strike. Badhai Ho has been selected for Best Popular Film, providing wholesome entertainment. Akshay Kumar starrer Padman has been named the best film on social issues. Padmawat will get the award for Best Choreography for the song Ghumar. Sanjay Leela Bansali will receive Best Music Director Award. Arijit Singh has been selected as the Best Male Playback Singer on the song Binte Dil in Padmawat. Kannada film Ondalla Eradalla will get Nargis Dutt Award for Best Feature Film on National Integration. Swati Rakheja for News Desk.
Uttarakhand will be awarded as the most film-friendly state. Railway Minister Piyush Goyal has said that Railways is looking at a 50 lakh crore rupees investment over the next 12 years. Speaking in New Delhi, he said it is coming out of joint ventures so that it can modernize the railways, bring down the logistics costs and improve the share of freight in railway network and make the journey world-class. Mr. Goyal, who also holds the charge of Commerce Ministry, said the government is making huge efforts to give support to bankers to lend boldly and freely to the NBFC sector and the real estate sector. He said all of the stakeholders should work together and work in the direction of change to protect the entire value chain. In Jammu and Kashmir, the cold wave continues in Kashmir region for over 10 days now. For over a week now, the minimum temperatures throughout the valley continue to remain several notches below the freezing point. Meteorological Department Srinagar, in a week-long forecast this morning, predicted dry weather till next Friday. It added very light rain or snowfall is likely to occur at one or two places in Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. Kashmir region is reeling under intense chill for the past 10 days. The winter's coldest period, Chille Kalan, started today. Chille Kalan is a 40-day most difficult cold period. Srinagar-Jammu highway continues to remain closed since yesterday due to heavy snowfall between Qazigund and Banehal places along the highway. A report.
Traffic officials said the snow clearing operation is underway to clear over 3,500 stranded loaded trucks and around 1,000 passenger vehicles towards Srinagar. Director Airport Srinagar Santosh Doke told AIR that flight operations were started late today as inbound and outbound flights could not be operated during early morning hours due to poor visibility at Srinagar Airport. Tariq Ratan, AIR News, Srinagar.
Union territory of Ladakh experienced snowfall for the third consecutive day today. It has affected both road and air traffic in the region. Normal life was also disrupted. The national capital continued to reel under intense cold conditions. According to the Met Department, the maximum temperature was recorded at 18 degrees Celsius, while the minimum was recorded at 9 degrees Celsius. Earlier in the morning, a thick layer of fog enveloped Delhi and NCR. The air quality in Delhi was recorded in the severe category at 429 this afternoon. In some international news now, in Syria, near simultaneous attacks carried out by drones hit 3 government-run oil and gas installations in different parts of central Hems province. State TV and Oil Ministry today said no one claimed responsibility for the attacks. Syria has suffered fuel shortages since earlier this year amid Western sanctions blocking imports. Most of the country's oil fields are controlled by Kurdish-led fighters in the country's east. The city of Hems and its suburbs have been fully under Syrian government control since 2017. However, some parts of the province near the border with Jordan remains in rebel hands. Russia and China used their vetoes yesterday to block a UN Security Council resolution that would have extended for a year cross-border humanitarian aid to 4 million Syrians. Humanitarian aid currently flows into Syria through UN-designated checkpoints without the formal permission of the regime in Damascus. Germany, Belgium and Kuwait presented a resolution for extending that authority for a year, which is due to expire on 10th of January next year. Russia is a close ally and major supporter of Syrian President Bashar al-Assad and has used its veto 14 times on Syrian issues since the start of the civil war there in 2011. Britain's newly elected Parliament has given its initial backing to Prime Minister Boris Johnson's Brexit divorce deal with the European Union. MPs voted 358 to 234, a majority of 124 in favour of the EU withdrawal agreement bill in the House of Commons yesterday. The bill will now go for further scrutiny in Parliament. The bill would also ban an extension on the transition period during which the UK is out of the EU but follows many of its rules past 2020. The UK PM said the country was now one step closer to getting Brexit done. Mr. Johnson insists a trade deal with the EU can be in place by the end of the transition period. Moving on to sports and cricket, India will eye a 10th straight bilateral series win over the West Indies when they take on the Caribbean side in the third and final ODI in Cuttack tomorrow. The West Indies took the home side by surprise in the opening ODI in Chennai to go one-up in the 3-match series. But India, riding on an all-round display, came back strongly to restore parity in the second match. The West Indies, at the same time, will be keen to end a 13-year-long wait to win against India in a bilateral ODI series. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Meetings of special representatives for India and China to discuss boundary issue underway in New Delhi. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath appeals to people to maintain peace and law and order. Mobile internet services resumed in Meghalaya after 8 days. Government to organize 100 Hunar Haats in next 5 years to provide market exposure and employment to artisans and craftsmen. Parts of North India continue to be in the grip of cold wave. And with that, we end the midday news.